Israeli Air Force IAF F-35I stealth fighters had struck several Iranian targets in Iraq twice last month. Some reports indicate that the raids were carried out on July 19th and again on July 28th. One of the targets was a base of Popular Mobilization Forces (PMF), which is known as Hasht el-Sha'abi. It's an Iraqi state-sponsored umbrella organization composed of some 40 militias. The base was located about 50 miles or 80 kilometers north of Baghdad. This is not the first time Israel seems to have penetrated Iraq's airspace. As reported last year by Kuwaiti Al Jarida newspaper, 2 F-35 Adir jets flew undetected over Syria and Iraq and were able to sneak into Iranian airspace. They carried out reconnaissance missions over the Iranian cities of Bandar Abbas, Esfahan, and Shiraz. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Israeli F-35I hit targets in Iraq, deceiving Russian S-300 and S-400 in Syria. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. As clear from the map, to reach Iraq, Israeli Air Force needed to pass over Syria, and to reach Iran, it needs to fly over both Syria and Iraq. Syria is where the Russian S-300 and S-400 are present. It's interesting to note that the Times of Israel reported that on July 9, 2019, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned Iran that Israeli Air Force IAF F-35I fighter jets can reach anywhere in the Middle East. This came after senior Iranian officials had threatened Israel. Mojtaba Zalnour, chairman of the Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission, as stated by the Mehr news agency on July 1st, had said, "If the U.S. attacks us, only half an hour will remain of Israel's lifespan." Netanyahu said, standing in front of an F-35 Adir jet during a visit to the Nevatim Air Base, "Lately, Iran has been threatening Israel with destruction. It should remember that these planes can reach every place in the Middle East, including Iran, and of course also Syria." IAF Chief Major General Amikam Norkin had said last year that Israel had used F-35 in operations in the Middle East, although he didn't provide details. This made Israel the first country in the world to carry out an operational attack using the F-35. Viewers may note that although F-35I can't reach Iran on its own, it can do it with air refueling, and IAF does possess that capability. Russia has deployed S-300 and S-400 in Syria in its quest to support Bashar al-Assad regime and to protect its own assets fielded in the country. S-300 and S-400 are long-range air defense systems. The surveillance radar of S-300 tracks objects over a range of 300 kilometers. S-400 is equipped with radar that has a range of 600 kilometers. It must be noted that both of these systems have additional target acquisitions radars, 67N6 Gamma D and 9N6 Protivnik G radars in L-band, Nebo SVU in the very high frequency band, and Nebo M and Zebu M in multiband to aid the main radar. The Nebo SVU and Zebu M have claimed capability against stealthy jets. S-300 and S-400 have many features specifically designed to overcome electronic warfare too. For example, the powerful radars are resistant to jamming due to their ability to change the frequency of their signals very rapidly. S-300 and S-400 also can be equipped with Topaz Kuljulga M KRTP-91 Tamara, and 85 V6 Orion Vega emitter location systems. These components are designed to engage emitting targets without emitting from their acquisition radars, or if the acquisition radars have been jammed. S-300 and S-400 deploy multiple missiles to cover their engagement envelope. Here are the missiles. 1. Short-range 9M96E, 40 kilometers, with an active radar homing head, having the capability to intercept targets flying up to a speed of Mach 2.6. 2. Medium-range 9M96E2, 120 kilometers, with an active radar homing head, having the capability to intercept targets flying up to a speed of Mach 3. 3. Long-range 48N6, 250 kilometers, with an active radar homing head, having the capability to intercept targets flying up to a speed of Mach 14. 4. Very long-range 40N6, 400 kilometers, with an active radar homing head, having the capability to intercept targets flying up to a speed of Mach 14. This is available only with S-400. S-300 and S-400 have immense firepower at their disposal. Each S-300 and S-400 battery consists of a number of transporter erector launchers, TELs, and each TEL has 4 launch tubes. In a standard configuration, a single battery has 4 TELs, but there could be up to 16 TELs per battery. So, depending on the number of TELs commanded by the S-300 or S-400, they can simultaneously launch up to 16 times 4, that's 64 missiles. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is a 5th-generation, single-seat, single-engine, all-weather multi-role fighter. The Pentagon began the F-35 program in 2001, intending to develop a cost-effective replacement for the U.S. military's F-15 fighters, F-16 and F-18 fighter bombers and reconnaissance aircraft, and A-10 close air support warplanes. Apart from the United States, the primary customer and financial backer, several other nations are also part of the program. Israel is the first country outside the U.S. to acquire them. It's already got deliveries of several F-35s and has plans to acquire around 75 of these. The acquired jets are operated by the IAF's Golden Eagle Squadron, which is based in the Nevatim Air Base. The F-35 deal is criticized by many inside Israel, since the cost is more than the price at which the U.S. Air Force is acquiring the jets. This is mainly due to the fact that Israel's F-35s, named F-35I Adir, meaning mighty, are customized as per the requirements of Israel Air Force and contain several indigenous components. Israel's maintained that the Lockheed Martin F-35 is a game-changer. Israel's former Minister of Defense, Avigdor Lieberman, has stated that the F-35 squadrons are the pinnacle of technology and will assist the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, and Air Force in meeting the many security challenges Israel faces head-on. They are a central aspect in protecting the safety of the people of Israel along the country's borders and even away from them. F-35 is developed to be stealthy, which gives it the ability to penetrate deep inside enemy territories, even if they're well defended. Its external structure is designed to deflect radar signal away from the emitting radars. Also, it has a coating of RAM, radar-absorbing material, that reduces the number of signals getting reflected. F-35 does have certain compromises when compared to F-22 Raptor. Notably, F-35's airframe is not as stealthy as found in the F-22. Against X-band radars, it's only stealthy from front and rear. Against S-band radar, it's stealthy from the narrow front aspect. Against L-band radar, the limited reduction is achieved from direct front. It has a much greater reliance on radar-absorbing materials to maintain its stealth profile. But even with these shortcomings, F-35 is still a very low observable LO platform. It's to be noted that detecting an aircraft only will not enable a shootdown. Continuous tracking is needed for targeting a jet with surface-to-air missiles and air-to-air missiles. Some reports emerging in news outlets like Avia.pro indicate the main reason F-35A Adirs were able to penetrate the defended airspace was that they disguised themselves as American warplanes. This was allegedly done by using the call-in signs and IFF, identification friend or foe, codes of U.S. Air Force F-35As. Viewers may note that U.S. and allies operate in Iraq to carry out anti-ISIL operations. Since then, Iraq's administration has sent advisory to halt these military flights of the U.S. and allies, fearing that Israel could repeat this technique. But there's more to the story since disguising cannot explain everything. For the last year's recon mission in Iran, the F-35 had no option to disguise as American jets and were still able to fly over Syria and Iraq. It's important to note that there are some reports that Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force (IRIAF) Commander Brigadier General Farzad Ismaili has been fired by Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei after he kept secret that F-35I Adirs had violated Iran's airspace. It's not clear as sensitive information are withheld by both Russia and Israel, but it seems Israeli Air Force, with its F-35I Adirs, are able to exploit chinks in the S-300 and S-400 using the stealth capability and excellent mission planning.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.